We have a problem. So I've been using the Pixel 8 Pro for about a week or so, and I love iPhones. If you've seen on the channel, all I ever do is talk about iPhones, but my first impressions of this Pixel 8 Pro are that I could use this. This could be my phone. Over the past couple of days, I've been using this Google Pixel 8 Pro as my main phone, and my iPhone has been tucked away in a drawer, and I haven't touched it. And you know what? I haven't missed it. I haven't missed using the iPhone. Google have done such a good job on this Pixel 8 Pro that using it has been an absolute dream and an absolute breeze. Everything about this phone so far has been really good. From the cameras to Android 14 to that display, there's not been a single thing about this phone yet that I've been using it and thought, hang on, this isn't good enough. It's genuinely really good, and I think Google have got this spot on. Let's take a look at some of my favorite things about the Pixel 8 Pro so far, and we're actually just going to start with Android 14. I've always thought that Android is a big, clunky, horrible mess, and I am absolutely wrong. The Pixel 7 Pro last year with Android almost drew me into using it day to day forever, but it didn't quite hit the spot, and I went back to my iPhone. And now I've been using the Pixel 8 Pro with Android 14. I feel like it genuinely could steal away Apple's crown as being my everyday phone. Animations are really cool and smooth. The customization on that home screen, being able to choose as many app icons as you want, essentially, and being able to just drag and drop anything everywhere, I really like. In fact, even on Android 14 with the Google Pixel 8 Pro, you have an AI wallpaper feature where you can go in and create some weird, unique wallpaper, and it's really cool. It's a nice, cool little feature. The way it looks on the lock screen from that always on display showing that big time to the lock screen showing that cool, colorful, playful time, and the fact that you can change the colors, you can change the size, you can change so much about it. And usually I'm not one for customization. I look at an iPhone and iOS and think, cool, you know what? I don't care. It's just a phone. I don't care how it looks really. But with the Google Pixel 8 Pro and Android 14, I do care. I kind of want to play around with it and make it look different. And you know what? It's actually fun. I've actually had a lot of fun using the Pixel 8 Pro. I've not customized it loads yet on that home screen, and I'm not sure that I will, but the way I've got it set up, I think it just looks cool. It looks elegant. It looks better. It looks classier than the home screens on an iPhone. There is one thing though I don't like about it, and I'll be honest, I think the widgets are pretty ugly. Those Android 14 widgets look like they've been drawn by a child who's got no hands. It's not actually that good. The clock is a little bit ugly. The weather doesn't look great, and all the other widgets are still horribly quite ugly. So widgets on Android 14 and the Google phone, I'm not a fan of. I mean, Apple kind of does them a little bit better, but I think still widgets overall are still ugly on any phone that you use, but weirdly even uglier on the Google Pixel 8 Pro. The other thing that I am really enjoying on the Pixel is just the Pixel, like how it looks, the design of this phone. When the Pixel debuted that camera visor across the back of the phone, I thought, whoa, that is one ugly phone. But it really does grow on you, and I really like it. I think that visor on the back of the Pixel 8 Pro looks a lot better to house those cameras in than the iPhone's 3 tri-camera cutout at the top corner. You kind of don't realize that they're there on a Pixel. Like, you obviously know that they're there, but you don't know that they're there. And in that visor, here's something weird. Like, I don't know if you do know this, you might do, but there's a temperature sensor inside that visor that can tell you the temperature of pretty much anything that you want to check the temperature of. Like, if you make a drink, you can check the temperature. If you will make some food, you can check the temperature. If you want to put it on your own head, you can check the temperature. It's a really weird thing that Google have put into this phone. I'm not sure anybody on earth has ever sat there and thought, God, I wish there was a temperature thermometer in my phone. But if you were that one person, then, you know, it's there. The white color of this phone, the porcelain color of this phone looks really nice. I think white phones, silver phones, they are always the way to go. Like, elegant, look really cool. I do wish that the volume up and down buttons weren't on the right-hand side where that power button was. I wish they were on the left-hand side. I don't know whether that's just my memory always knowing that they're there from using an iPhone, but I feel like having that power button and the volume buttons on one side is a bit of a weird move. Just pop them on the other side, makes it easier. And the thing that I love the most so far about this phone is that display. I love it. I don't know what screen's being used or whatever, but I love the Pixel 8 Pro display. It's 120 Hz like every flagship phone now, and I don't know whether it is better than the iPhones, but it seems smoother and it seems quicker. But you do need to go into your settings if you want to try and get the best display possible, because by default, it's not set to its full resolution display. So you have to go into the settings, find it, kind of search around, put it as that full quality display. But trust me, it is worth it. Even for that small hit in battery life, it's still absolutely worth it. I mean, just look at that display. It looks so good and crisp and vivid and bright. And of course, it's the brightest display on any phone, I think, ever released. And it's just something about it. I don't know, like, I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it's something about it. Although talking about putting your finger on the display, it does have that built-in fingerprint reader, which I think is really good. I mean, it works 99.9% of the time. And I think it was MKBHD who said it hasn't got any better from last year's 7 Pro, but it does feel a bit better. While we're talking about ways to unlock your phone as well, Face ID. Now, Face ID on the iPhone is unbelievable. Low light, whatever light, no light, it works really well. The Pixel's not as much. I've noticed a couple of times it's perked up and it said that Face ID is not available because it's a little bit too dark, so it can't get your face, which is kind of understandable because it's only 2D scanning your face, unlike the iPhone where it does that big 3D depth scan of your face and can see, and it's got its own built-in sensors. A bit sad that the Pixel 8 Pro's Face ID is not that good. However, what they have done this year, and don't ask me how they've done it, I think they might be the first to do it as well, but what they've been able to do is make Face ID good enough for biometrics. And when I say that, I mean like logging onto your banking app or going into other apps, you can now use Face ID on the Pixel to unlock it, and I think that is a really cool move. This is still only like a first impressions video on the Pixel 8 Pro, so I've not been able to use the cameras on this a massive amount yet, but the photos that I have taken obviously look really good because it is a Pixel. It has a 50 megapixel main camera, 48 megapixel ultra wide and a 48 megapixel zoom, and they do a really nice job. They stack up with the photos that an iPhone 15 Pro Max takes. I do think they're a little bit saturated, like a little bit too colorful, like someone's turned up that slider a little bit more in the Pixel camera settings, but I mean, they still look amazing. So I won't say too much on the pictures and the camera on this phone because I've not had a good chance to use it yet, but so far so good. I really like it. The one thing though that will always let the Pixel down, like it's got better, it genuinely has got a lot better, but the video. But I just feel like it's not as good as an iPhone. Like iPhones are just a master of video, aren't they? I don't think you can even compete with it. Like they look like genuinely big mirrorless cameras. Whereas the Pixel phone, I feel like you can still tell that it's a phone taking the video. So that's one of the big things that I always struggle to get over, but it's not like a letdown. Like the video on this is really good. For most people, the video will be really good. For me, it's really good. I just know that the iPhones is better. So far though, with the Google Pixel 8 Pro, I love it. Look at it. There's just something about this phone that is really cool, really nice, and I'm gonna keep it. There's no sending this back. And either it's gonna be my own phone or I'm gonna be using it side by side with the iPhone for the next year or so. And oh, just before we finish, the one thing that lets this phone down more than anything, it's not the phone itself, but it's that bloody Pixel Watch 2. Like if you pre-ordered this phone, you got the Pixel Watch 2 for free, and I wouldn't pay for it. There's something about it I don't like. It's like it's one of those watches that you could win inside a Kinder Egg or something like that. It's just not great. Like if you want to see a video about the Pixel Watch 2, then let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on the Pixel 8 Pro. And if you had the choice, would you pick a Pixel 8 Pro or would you pick the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Like, I'm genuinely curious to what the big consensus is out there. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, and if you do that, then I will see you later.